This podcast is a casual conversation about mental health. All topics discussed are based on our own personal opinions and should not be interpreted as professional advice. If you need assistance with your mental health, please contact a healthcare provider. I'm overstimulated, expect the long-awaited abolition of my brain.
But if mentally we synchronize, despite what we despise, there's a chance that maybe I won't go insane. Hi, friends.
Hello.
Welcome to Mental Sync.
Welcome to Mental Sync. It's the only show where what are we talking about?
Medical phobias.
Medical phobias.
So it's the only show where we'll probably make you realize you have a severe phobia.
Yeah, it's the only show where we self-diagnose and it's for entertainment.
Incorrect. That is not correct for legal reasons.
Oh, okay.
Anywho, so today we're going to talk about medical phobias.
We sure are.
I hope you enjoyed our last phobia video podcast, whatever the hell it was.
Artistic segment.
Yes, of us talking about how we are afraid of natural environments. This is the second type of grouping of phobias we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
And there's two more after this, so let's get into it.
Let's get up in it.
I guess first I want to ask you, John, do you have any medical related phobias? Like, are you afraid of
I have no fears actually at all. And the fact that I have no, not only do I have no medical ailments whatsoever, but there's nothing that runs in my gene pool that would worry me in the slightest. So pretty much stress-free over here.
Right.
I got a couple. I have a couple things.
All right, let's hear
them. Right now, like all of them?
All the things.
I don't think we have time in this episode. Geez. Okay. Well, I know one thing that I'm definitely afraid of is developing diabetes. My mom has type 1 diabetes and my father has my dad has type 2. I was going to say dad, and then I was like, oh, that's not professional. My father has...
Father. As if we're professional here.
My mother has type 1 diabetes. My father, though, type 2 diabetes. And I, the kin of both, am afraid to get it. And
currently have type 0 diabetes.
Type 0 diabetes is what I'm rocking at the moment. It's definitely something that I'm very conscious of and very nervous about developing. And so a lot of my eating habits, though, we'll get into a whole episode at some point about eating habits and food struggles, but it does influence a lot of my healthy eating drive, is the idea that I got a couple more things on top of diabetes that in my genes that will work against me if I'm not taking that preemptive care and building those habits as the young spring chicken I now am.
Listen, as an outsider perspective, you should probably take those out of your pocket then.
Take what out of my pocket?
You said you had a lot of things in your genes.
Oh my god. It's like that went completely over my head. Oh my god.
It's because I was letting you finish your sentence first.
It's very polite of you, but the joke went over my head.
It probably went over everybody else's, because we're gonna leave that in there as Emily's dad joke of the day.
No, you killed it. You brought it home and you followed through, and that's all that matters in this crazy business.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm wearing a tight pair of denim shorts, and in each of those pockets a different ailment from either side of my family. We got all kinds of stuff. We got depression and anxiety. We have diabetes. We have a bunch of different kinds of cancer, from what I understand. We've got we've got bad knees. We've got
You're having bad knees.
Yeah, I know bipolar disorder. We've got maybe it's not cool of me to list all of these, but it's mean, that's just what's in every family. Probably has a lot of these. These are just the ones I know of.
Yeah.
So heart disease. Oh yeah, whole bunch of fun stuff.
I guess there's when we have all of these fears and like phobias of like medical related I guess in your case, ailments, you're more afraid of like being sick, I guess, or like getting sick or having like a
Yeah,
disease.
yeah.
I guess there's a couple ways you can look at that, just to kind of bring it back to like how this applies to mental health, right? We can let that limit us,
Mm-hmm.
or we can do what you said at the beginning, is like, we know that these things exist, we acknowledge their existence and their reality in our life, but we do things to help prevent the actual cause of them, whether or not that actually
Yeah.
happens, and we, whatever. But you can look at it as a way, it's like, okay, I'm going to use this to better myself and to make myself
Right.
feel
Well,
better
worst
about
case
X, Y, and
scenario,
Z.
right.
Yeah.
Worst case, you're making yourself healthier for no good reason. But that's okay.
Yeah. So I guess the this is going to be a quick episode today, mainly because John and I are terrible at timing, so we don't have a lot of time today.
We're
But we
so
wanted
bad at
to
timing.
bring you quality. I just hit my mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Podcast content,
Yeah.
and
So
the feedback
in
I
a real,
received.
no, I was just gonna say in a real tight 20-ish minute episode.
Yeah. And so the feedback I received from our last phobia
Mm-hmm.
episode was that everybody found it hilarious while we tried to guess and talk about pronouncing and guessing what they are.
Great.
Fears.
Oh
So
no.
that is our game of the day. But I would also like
No.
to to wrap up this little like introduction to medical phobias and say,
Yeah.
don't there's part of this where I want to be like, as much as these exist and we acknowledge them, and if you're struggling, you should find help for it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, don't let a little fear of something like kind of destroy your life, like, because
Yeah.
potentially
Doesn't
if you're
define
afraid
you.
of, like, if you have like white coat syndrome and you're, which isn't the actual term for it, I don't know what it is, we'll find out. If
Is
you're like
that
afraid of going
being
to the
a
doctors,
oh, I
like
see.
being around like a doctor, that could be really detrimental to your health, and
Yeah.
don't let that happen.
You
We
gotta
go to
you
that
gotta
doctor, make
you
sure
gotta
you're
see those
healthy.
docs. You gotta
Yeah.
be like, Doc, what's going on with me? And they're gonna give you a whole list, all the
No,
things wrong with you that you can
or
then deal
not.
with. That you
Or
can
they'll be
then
like,
deal
you're
with.
healthy. True.
Yeah, true.
True.
Or
True.
and if not, and you got a lot of stuff to deal with, you can work with other doctors to work on that. You can work with a therapist to cope with
Yes.
that. Shout out to
Because
our
like,
last episode.
I'm in our last episode, I also mentioned this. I'm deathly afraid of the dentist. But I went to the dentist after 6 years of not going. Found out that I needed. Found
Founded
that I needed some.
discovered.
I discovered that I needed some dental work due to like one of the medications I was on. And then I was the poster child for haven't gone to the dentist in 6 years, but I've been to the
Yeah.
dentist every week. After that. But I got all my stuff fixed, so that was good.
You're full
I
of good stuff.
definitely took my parents with me. I was like,
Yeah.
can someone come with me?
Help.
But I did it,
Oh,
and now my dental health is better, and my teeth are thanking me every day.
Look at that smile. Look at that Oscar-winning, beautiful smile.
Anyway, so John, are you ready to guess some fears?
I could not be more ready to not know the answers. These
are the big five, but then I have some funny ones.
Fear of
these are the big
sight, fear
five.
of sound, fear of smell, fear of taste, fear of touch.
No, incorrect.
Oh, okay.
So the first one is. Remember, this is not only a game for you. This is a game for me.
You have to okay. So you have to try to pronounce the word.
I do have to say a little bit. I cannot
see a visual of the word, and based on your pronunciation, I have to guess what this fear is. Amazing.
I do have to say that I am a little ahead for this one because of my medical background, and some of these are definitely
That's good. So I just won't know anything, and that'll look good for me.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Ready for that? Yep.
Tomophobia.
Tomophobia, fear of toes.
I
know. That was low hanging fruit. Hold on. Tomophobia is a fear of it has to be medical. So getting hurt, getting sliced with a tomahawk. That is a medical condition.
No.
Oh.
It's a fear
That's
of
not one of the
medical
main
procedures.
It's kind of what I said.
Yeah,
Like
your doctor's using a tomahawk.
Yeah, that's one of the main tools. I thought you went to medical school. Let's go. All right.
I did not go to medical
school. You did not go to medical school. That's not what I meant to say. Oh, boy. This is going well for me. All right.
This one, if you don't get, I'll be kind of sad. Because I feel like it's obvious.
The stakes are so high.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make you sad.
Hemophobia. Really?
Hemophobia. No, I know it. I do know this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want me to say? Oh, okay. So hemophobia. You're aware of the 1980s show He-Man?
No.
No? Okay. Well, then you probably wouldn't.
Then I probably have hemophobia.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God, I don't know. Hema comes from the Latin word hematosis. Human.
Do we know what hemoglobin is?
I don't know, do we? Hemoglobin, yeah, that's the chemical in your body that produces images of dogs in your brain.
It's a part of your blood, but it's okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's like the chemical, the part of your blood. It's all the science mumbo jumbo, right?
Red blood cells.
Red blood cells. Okay.
Yes.
That's it. That's what it is. Fear of red blood cells.
Fear of blood.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Fear of red blood cells specifically.
Well, I guess okay. So, let me backtrack for hemoglobin for a second. Hemoglobin is it's the protein in your blood that carries oxygen to your organs.
Okay.
But anyway, you ready for the next one?
I can't wait for the next one.
Trypanophobia.
Trypanophobia, fear of trapeze. Fear of Okay, trypanophobia. All right. So I'm going to try to make a more I don't think I can make a guess based on how the word sounds because those are just not for any of them, I would even say so far. But you're saying these are the top 5 medical
phobias, yeah.
Okay. And the first one we had was what? Fear of
hold on, let's scroll back up. Tomophobia, which was the fear of medical procedures.
Then
we have fear of blood, is hemophobia.
Okay, fear of medical procedures, fear of blood, and this is
trypanophobia.
Trypanophobia. This is the fear of God, I don't know. What are people afraid of medically? That seems like all
needles.
Of it. Needles. People hate needles.
This one, if you don't get this next one, I'll be depressed.
That's too. The stakes are too high.
I have faith for this one. Ready?
No, that's not.
Listen,
good.
I have faith. I do.
Oh God, faith.
Here we go.
No, not faith.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
Dentophobia.
Fear of the dentist.
Yeah, there you
go. Oh God, I've never been more afraid in my entire life. That's the real 5th fear: is fear of making Emily sad.
That's sad Emily phobia. Or it's just something crazy
Tricanaflopatania-phobia.
Yeah, that one. That's the one. That's the fear of making Emily sad.
For sure.
Okay, ready?
Leave in the comments your what you would call the fear of making Emily sad.
Yes, that'll be the question for this podcast episode. Nosophobia. I don't have faith for this one.
So I know what it isn't, and what it's not
is the fear of noses.
Fear of noses. Okay, all right. And I assume it's not a smell-related fear, nor a nose accessory-related fear. I'm assuming. Is that an annoyed no, or is that a kind of? Okay, it's a no. All right. I thought your silence was like a well, you're close, and that was gonna blow my mind. Nosophobia is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the fear of um uh, it's a fear of um um it's a fear of an accidental face-off situation where you switch faces with someone else because the surgeon just couldn't hack it that day and had to do an emergency procedure, and now you look like someone entirely different and they're a criminal. I don't remember the plot of Face Off.
The fear of getting sick.
So I was
very wrong.
In a sense, still entirely off.
So I've got
going great.
I've got a few more for you before we
few
wrap up.
More, okay.
Yeah, because these are not the main ones, but these are like my runner-ups for like pronunciation.
Okay.
Because this is going to be a fun one for me to pronounce. Ready?
Let's do it.
Phenphasmophobia.
I'm going to need that one more time. With confidence. Let's hear that one more time.
Okay.
All right.
Phenphasmophobia.
Phenphasmophobia.
Yeah.
I want to repeat one more time. Phenphasmophobia.
Yeah.
The fear. Oh, the fear that the doctor's gonna open up your head, look at your brain, and go, "Oh my God, that's not normal."
No, it's the fear of being touched.
Oh, phenphasmophobia.
Phenphasmophobia.
Phenphasmophobia. Phenphasmophobia.
Yeah, there's like an M there with no vowel before it, and it throws me off. Aphenphosmophobia.
Phenphasmophobia. Aphenphasmophobia.
I like that.
Aphenphasmophobia. Awesome, awesome.
Awesome. Blossom.
Rock'em sock'em robots.
Okay.
All right.
And anginophobia.
Anginophobia.
Angina. Aginophobia. That's a hint. Aginophobia.
A fear of agitation?
A fear of
rashes?
The word everybody likes to pronounce angina. But it's angina, I think. Angina.
I don't know.
It's fear of that's heart pain, having heart chest pain.
And people like to pronounce it angina because it sounds like vagina.
Correct.
Which is another medical term.
It is. But what's weird about this one, it says angina or choking. So you could be afraid of angina or choking at the same time, and that's anginophobia.
Oh. Okay.
So
right.
this one's
Learning
good. I got
things.
I know we're on our cusp of time.
We're all right. We're hanging out.
All right. So we have bologna.
Fear of bologna. Next question.
Bolognophobia. Bolognophobia. Bolognophobia.
Fear of like lack of company. It's like you could be with company or you could be alone.
It's fear of pins and needles, like that sensation.
Yes, yeah.
John said I wasn't allowed to say this one as a medical phobia, but I would like to put it in here because it's hilarious. So
okay.
He already knows what it is, but he doesn't know the phobia name.
Give it to me.
Cacophobia. Cacophobia.
Cacophobia. And what is this, Emily? That
the fear of ugliness.
The fear of ugliness. This is, which there's an argument to say that the fear of anything is a medical condition. To some extent, there's I don't know. What are we even arguing here?
Genophobia.
Are we doing more genophobia?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 more.
Fear of oh no,
Genophobia.
I'm not gonna remember the full name. The fear of Princess Amelia Rinaldi, Princess of
Genovia,
Genovia.
Queen.
Yeah. Queen of Genovia.
No, it's the fear of knees.
What's what's her full name? Amelia
I should know
Thermopolis.
this.
Amelia something Thermopolis Rinaldi. Princess of Genovia. Then that's the fear, and that's it. And I think, to wrap up, what I want to hear is
It's Mia Thermopolis Amelia Mignonetti Thermopolis Rinaldi.
I don't think Thermopolis is in there twice.
Oh, it's her full name. It gave me her first name and then her
okay.
her
I
real
was
name.
like,
okay.
Her name is
It's all
Mia.
in one line. It's Amelia.
Mia Thermopolis Amelia Thermopolis.
That's what it says. It's Amelia Mignonet.
Sure.
Mignonetti.
Mignonet.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Thermopolis Rinaldi. Princess of Genovia.
Great. Wonderful.
Okay, so wait,
but before we go,
this one's big. This one's really big.
Okay, all right.
Because it's like an actual. It's the one I was trying to say earlier that like the white coat syndrome, fear of doctors.
Okay.
Iatrophobia.
Iatrophobia. Is it the fear of doctors?
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yep. But anyway, and then pathophobia is the fear of disease. Cool. I just want to cover some of these just so people know what they are.
Sure.
There's a fear of speed.
Fear of speed? That's the opposite of my situation. I personally have a need for speed.
Tachophobia.
Fear of tacos. Next.
And if you're afraid of witches and witchcraft, I know this is off topic, but this is hilarious. Wiccaphobia. And if you're afraid of strangers or foreigners, xenophobia.
Let's see, wiccaphobia I would actually use to describe fear of Boston. Because it's like, bro, because everything there is everything there is so wicked, bro.
You know what? That's wicked rude.
It's wicked rude, bro, and I have wiccaphobia, so I know wicked.
But anyway, I know this was a slightly rushed episode.
A little bit, but that's okay.
It's fine. It's a fun little filler episode until we make another one, and we hope you enjoyed our insanity. And to wrap up, what is our number one rule? Some
dogs that are medically taken care of and vaccinated and safe to pet. I wanted to relate it in some way, but I didn't have a way that wasn't
because I'd probably pet like a wild dog. So
yeah, don't pet a wild dog unless he's like or she's like so friendly, like so sweet, and you're just looking at it and you're like, oh, I gotta pet that dog. In which case, you know what. Yes. What are you gonna do? Not pet a dog? Come on.
Right. I'm blanking on the word I'm looking for.
What did we learn today?
Point number 2. Here's what it was. Point number 2 is don't let a fear of like a medical procedure or something prevent you from getting care you might actually need.
Yeah, go check that shit out.
Point number 3, I am terrible at pronouncing things, and John is terrible at guessing things.
I am not good at it, no. And
so we hope you enjoyed our wicked fast episode.
Wicked short.
It was wicked short, and we were like, we gotta get through all this stuff because we have like 5 minutes. But it's fine because it's great, and we love it, and we love you, and you're doing a great job. And we hope to see you here again next time on
Mental Sync.
That's not what I was expecting.
I know, like, never. That's usually what I do, but we gotta change it up. We gotta keep them guessing at all times.
That's very true. All right, everybody, we love you.
Love you so much. It's crazy. It's not. I'm afraid medically of how much I love you.
Yeah, it's called "We Love You So Much" a phobia. Anywho, goodbye, my friends. See you next time. Cool. Okay, are we happy?